pulse of the nation. Some TV, the pulse of the nation.
Are you stuck in Jalingo late at night? Need a safe and reliable ride fast? Introducing Supercab, Jalingo's trusted ride-hailing service from anywhere in the city. We will pick you up right at your doorstep. Book a ride in seconds. Safe, fast and affordable. Visit www.supercab.com.ng or download the Supercab app today. Supercab, your ride your way.
Good morning and welcome to the Some TV morning show, the heartbeat of fresh ideas and meaningful conversations. My name is Abraham Joda, and today we shine the spotlight on the power of youth capacity and processes that continue to evolve. Young people must be included from birth. So stay with us this morning as we explore the issues, opportunities, and stories that remind us that the future is not tomorrow. The future is already here in the hands of our youth. And we've made this morning to have these discussions, to explore the issues, opportunities, and stories. On my right is the delectable, beautiful Bridget James. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
You're welcome to the morning show once again. And on my left, not forgetting, Bridget James is the assistant director of programs, news, and public affairs. He holds 3 portfolios. And on my left is Mr. Iradane Kokwen. I almost said doctor. Maybe you're pursuing that already. The director of news and public affairs. He holds 2 powerful portfolios. Good morning.
Thank you very much. I'm always very happy to be here.
Okay. And I'm also happy to have you guys here with me this morning. And I think the weather is beginning to change. There was a time I was coughing all through the week because of the rain. But now you can feel the heat. There was a time we were all asked for the AC to be switched off. But I think now we need it to be switched on for us to enjoy. That is a good thing about weather, about nature. Nature is a good thing. I was just thinking, youth, young people, do we give them enough opportunities in Nigeria? Do you think we give young people enough opportunities? Or they are being given and they don't? Let me start with the old.
Well, normally, opportunities are not necessarily given. Somebody said power is not given, you take it. But I think youth have a level playing ground in Nigeria where you see this level playing ground for social media, innovations, and other aspects of life like that. We have so many universities. It's just that at the end of the day, maybe the system is not conducive enough for them to be able to bring out their true potentials after attending the university. The environment is there. The only thing that's left is for the initiative to see how you'll be able to come up with something that is going to project your goals and aspirations in life. We've seen youths who have written their name in gold in terms of sport, in terms of
innovation. Even recently, one of the youngest minister in the cabinet of the governor, Bosun Tijani, he was on the Time 100
most influential
people. Yeah. So do you think that you young people, Nigeria is giving you enough opportunities?
They are given opportunity, but I feel it's not enough.
Okay.
because they all want to remain there. They want to be in power. They don't want to come down. So I feel the chances of us getting to that level is very slim. So they don't give us that much opportunity. But as a youth, you have to be creative.
That's it.
Yeah. Even if you were not born with a silver spoon, you need to create one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that
So that if you were not born with a silver spoon, then a silver spoon baby should come out of you.
Wow,
that is
wow,
what-
I love that. I think I
Yeah.
should. If you're not born with a silver spoon,
Yes.
at least do everything for a silver spoon baby to come out of you.
Sure.
That is inspiration for this morning. I like that. I like that. Yeah. I think that will keep us going on and on. That you may not be born with a silver spoon, but a silver spoon should come out
Yeah.
of you. And then with this, I think there's this my little friend who I think today I will celebrate him in celebration of youth. Mr. Jason O.J. Wole is clocking 1 year today.
Wow.
So maybe they help me display his picture. Let me celebrate a young person today so that he grows up to be, so that in years to come, when he's doing great things, I will remind him that, yes, I was one of those that celebrated
you.
on your first
Birthday.
on your first birthday. So this is him, Jason J. Wole. He'll be clocking 1 year today. And I say congratulations to you. He has started taking his baby steps, and I believe he's going to step into greatness. So happy birthday, Jason J. Wole.
Happy birthday, baby Jason. We look forward to you growing up to become solution to the myriads of problems that we're facing as a nation. We look up to you becoming the pride of the family and the pride of the community.
Okay.
Happy birthday, baby Jason, our future billionaire. We love you so much.
Okay. Thank you very much. Now, well, give us the weather report, Bridget.
Okay. Good morning and welcome to the weather update on Some TV. Let's take a quick look at temperature across major Nigerian cities this morning. Jalingo, 23 degrees Celsius. Aba, with 23 degrees Celsius. Lagos, 23 degrees Celsius. Abeokuta, 22 degrees. Calabar, 24 degrees. Enugu, 24 degrees Celsius. Jos, the coolest city this morning at 19 degrees. Sokoto, the hottest at 25 degrees. Across most of the country, we are seeing cloudy skies with scattered showers, especially in the southeast and south-south. In the north, Sokoto and Kano remains warmer, while the plateau city of Jos stays much cooler. So outlook for the day, expect occasional rainfall and isolated thunderstorm in parts of the country later today. So keep your umbrellas close if you're heading out. That's the weather update on Some TV, keeping you informed, rain or shine. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Bridget. Rain or shine, today is a shining day.
Yes, if it is, we don't know whether it may rain.
Yeah. There's what then in geography you learned is a conventional rainfall. When the weather is very hot, it's the hot air rises up, it comes cool, and it falls as rain. And I think it may happen today. I pray it does.
Okay, you want the rain to fall?
Yes, I do.
Because
I
of the
think
heat.
not only the heat. I think I applied fertilizer to a little garden with the hopes that it will rain. But since the day I did it, it hasn't rained. So I've been looking at maybe just a few hours drizzle.
Well, I don't think because it is rainy season, the dew will be there. It will be enough for.
Okay.
I think there's a sign as if it will rain today.
Okay. I'm taking it from two. The weather woman said it will rain. So let me, who else do I need? She's the weather woman, so who else do I need? Well, let's go to the papers. Bridget?
Okay. On the matrix, Rivers local government pool, your allegation baseless. APC Wike mocks Atiku. Terrorism, applause greet Simon Ekpa's conviction in Finland. Still on the matrix, Wike rules out 2027 presidency pledges loyalty to Tinubu. Still on the matrix. Strike loom as a resident doctor issued 10-day ultimatum. Okay. Police nab 7 cultists, recover humans called in Akwa Ibom. Still on this thing. Nigeria has failed us. Very dark man slams silence over Fina sister's death. Okay.
Okay, go to another
So-
paper. Can you help us go to the Punch?
Okay. On the Punch, we have a federal government may seek ECPA's repatriation after Finland's 6-year jail term. Still on the Punch, Nigeria embassies hit by unpaid rent salary arrears. PDP obedient tackle Wike over Jonathan and Obi. Dangote fuel export surge amidst foreign refineries shut down. And government will take further action after judgment review. AFG ruling warning to extremists.
Okay, let's take the story of Simon Ekpa. Terrorism trial. FG may seek Ekpa's repatriation after Finland's 6-year jail term. The federal government has hinted that it may seek repatriation of Simon Ekpa to Nigeria following his 6-year jail sentence in Finland for terrorism-related offenses. The Paijat District Court in Finland on Monday sentenced the Nigerian-born Finnish to 6 years in prison for terrorism-related crimes and other offenses. The 40-year-old former municipal politician from Leyte was convicted on multiple charges, including participation in the activities of a terrorist organization, incitement to commit crimes for terrorist purposes, aggravated tax fraud, and violation of the Lawyers' Act. The court ordered that Ekpa remain in custody. According to the judgments, between August 21 and November 2024, Ekpa attempted to promote the independence of the so-called Biafran region in southeastern Nigeria through illegal means. He used social media to gain a politically influential position and took advantage of the confusion within a key separatist movement in Nigeria to play a significant role in it. The court statements stated as reported by BBC News. Ekpa denied all the charges against him. The court also found that Ekpa was instrumental in founding and developing the separatist movement to a more organized structure working alongside others. It was revealed during the trial that armed groups were established under the movement, which the court classified as terrorist organization. Ekpa equipped the groups with weapons, explosives, and ammunition through his contact network. He also urged and enticed his followers on X, formerly Twitter, to commit crimes in Nigeria, the court said. The trial was conducted over 12 sessions between May 30 and June 25, 2025, with a panel of 3 judges unanimously delivering the verdict. Well, this is quite a case that I've followed for years, and I'm happy that he has been convicted, although the 6 years to me is like a slap on the wrist compared to the kind of damage Simon Ekpa and his likes have caused in this country. One of the organizations that they created or they instigated or armed is one of those who I said called Gentle, who shot 3 young men to death just last week. And they had part of himself and Nnamdi Kanu. They started this sit at home on Monday, and they have people who enforce it, unknown gunmen and the rest of it. So they've created a lot of, they've almost destroyed. On Monday, there is no movement in most parts of the Southeast. The economy of the Southeast, one of the most vibrant commercial economy in Africa, has been torn to shreds because of the activities of criminals like Simon Ekpa. So I think it's a slap on the wrist, and Nigeria is trying to extradite him, and I think it needs to come out. Just let them just borrow us for a while, and he will face the Nigeria issue.
Well, the case has opened up the eyes of the world to the delay that is in the judicial system of Nigeria. I think we're looking forward to Kanu's judgment too, with Ekpa's sentence into 6 years. it's taking too long. Another way to look at it is that this thing has been there for some time. But you will notice that the Finnish government followed it logically. You know, ordinarily if it is Nigeria, maybe at the point you will have forgotten about it. But they sustain it until now that the sentencing has been pronounced. We're looking forward to him being repatriated to Nigeria, where he will be committed to life imprisonment or something, because I think that is the position on Nigerian law on
terrorism.
You know, people should not eat their cake and have it.
They shouldn't. They shouldn't.
The people that were killed because of his influence.
And he has killed more people from the southeast.
That
is how it
so
is.
some of these things are just nonsense. How will you talk about issues like this and say, you know, what angered me in the whole thing is that he even refused that all those allegations. I was looking forward to him saying, I accept. So that he will be the true
he said then, he used to say he created a government, the Prime Minister of Biafra in exile. He became the Prime Minister of Biafra with cabinet.
So why will he deny at this point in time that so he knows
He's a coward.
It's
a simple coward.
This is an admit. People who are following him now should know that this guy is just leading them astray.
I also claim to be a lawyer. But anytime I listen to him, I find that this guy doesn't sound like someone who is educated to the extent of being a lawyer in Finland. Now I will find out that he's just someone who he's a paralegal, he worked in a law firm, not a lawyer. But then he used to claim that he's a lawyer, is this, is that. So this is my advice to people. Don't let the social media fool you. This is someone who called himself a prime minister of a nation in exile, claiming that it was all for the sake of content. People have died. Hundreds have died.
How do you create content that is putting people's life at risk, and you come and admit that all those people that were dying, he has not come out to make another content?
Yes.
You understand? To say, okay, don't go and kill people, it's just content I'm creating. We've seen people with those kind of tendencies that will come out and say, okay, what I actually mean is not that, so that at the end of the day it doesn't cause problem. But he should cool off for 6 years. Then after 6 years, I think we should pursue to how he will be repatriated.
I think he will be repatriated before the 6 years.
No, I'm looking forward to him. Okay, if he's there for 6 years, then at the end of 6 years, he should be repatriated.
No, let him come immediately. I think the system, the Nigerian system, prison system is best suit a content creator like him. Finland will not treat him the way he's very, very well. They will not treat him the way.
Giving him VIP treatment.
Nigeria will give him very, very VIP treatment. And this also calls to the question of, if you ask me, without apology, whatever Samuel Ekpa did, Nnamdi Kanu did worse.
Sure.
Did worse. About politicize on the side of the government. To me, they bungled the case of Nnamdi. It shouldn't take this long. Samuel Ekpa was arrested by Finland just May last year, and today, I don't know what is taking so long. And for all those calling for his release, a political, what about the lives of people that have died?
Whatever it is a man or a woman should do as a Nigerian, you should take into cognizance that what goes round comes round. If you are creating content that is killing people and you are declaring yourself prime minister in exile, and people are dying while you enjoy your life, your wife and children are enjoying their lives in Europe, and people's children are being killed in Nigeria because of your content that you're creating. I don't know, maybe Nnamdi Kanu is creating content. This cannot be content because we saw him on TV. But all his content too.
They all end up saying they are content creators. Bridget, please go to Daily Independent. There's a story there. Maybe take Daily Independent. Let us look at that story.
2027 election, politician asking Jonathan to buy betrayed him in 2015. Wiki.
Okay, Sarah, look at that story by the Minister of Federal Capital Territory, and Nyesom Wike, as one former president, Goodluck Jonathan, against yielding to calls to contest in the 2027 presidential elections, stressing that those pushing for his candidacy are the same politicians who betrayed him in 2015. Wike, speaking during a media chat in Abuja on Monday, advised Jonathan to continue enjoying his global recognition as a respected statesman rather than re-entering partisan politics. He said, I know Jonathan very well. He enjoys being respected internationally as a statesman, and I believe he will continue in that role. People pushing Jonathan, what strength do they have? Were they not the same people who worked against him in 2015? Wike query. The minister further cautioned the People's Democratic Party against decisions that could deepen its internal crisis, insisting that the party must avoid actions capable of weakening its stability. That is, if you ask me, let me just look at it from two angles. One, I think if you ask me, Wike is one of those people that was very, very close to our president. Was very loyal to President Jonathan then. And he was one of those that worked tirelessly for his re-election in 2015. But again, so he knows Jonathan, he can speak. If people that betray Jonathan are speaking, Wike can come out and speak and say, yes, I did not betray him as at that time. But right now, I think Wike is doing more the job of a spokesperson for President Bola Tinubu. Well, not President Bola Tinubu. So I will take whatever he says about any other person that wants to contest election with a pinch of salt, because he is an interested fellow and is interested in seeing President Bola Tinubu become president again, return in 2027. Will make his opinions to have some kind of bias in it.
Well, Wike's group, even before 2023 election, has always been there. He agitated.
Yes.
President Ahmed Bola Tinubu is from the south. Wike has not actually reneged on his position in pursuance of the president of Nigeria for this period to be from the south. His choice of words when he said those people who are calling for Jonathan's return are betrayed Jonathan. Though it is true, in politics, there is no permanent
permanent
interest. So if it is the interest of this crop of politicians now that Jonathan can come up and win and is going to augur well for them, well, they have the right, though morally speaking, he may have one or two reasons to say it is morally wrong for you to betray him, then come back to say he should come back now. Well,
what is also done with those that ensure that Jonathan was removed in 2015?
Which is, you understand. But I think what Wike now would tell everybody is that I supported the Southern president. I wanted the Southern president, and it is the Southern president I'm still supporting. Maybe at the end of the day, PDP may end up fielding another Southern candidate by the way it is going now. Then he will have the right to make a choice.
Yeah.
You understand? But the truth is this. If Jonathan emerged as a flag bearer of PDP, it will go a long way in reducing Wike's strength.
It will.
You understand? His popularity will diminish. I will not be able to say at this point in time that Tinubu will still win if Jonathan emerges, because I think it's too early. But, it happened during his term as a president when an opposition removed the sitting president. So maybe history will repeat itself in his favor, where he will be able to. But I doubt, with the structure in Nigeria, the APC structure, the number of governors that they have, the number of senators that they have, PDP has how many governors left? Maybe 6.
Rumors have it that the Umba of Enugu will defect to APC.
Now, that is the point. With this number of governors that they have, what will happen? Maybe we're looking forward to after the decamping of, after Jonathan is projected as the flag bearer, so many governors will still defect back to PDP?
Maybe. Bridget, I would like to know, what's your view about Jonathan running for president? Do you have these happy feelings of way back 2014, 2013, when things were much better? You want him to come back, or you think he should just stay there?
Sure, I would love him to come back.
Wow. Did you support him when in 2015?
I did.
You did, so you want him to come back?
So if he comes back, I think, let's see what president.
Sure. But yesterday, she just gave way.
Yeah, I said it because Jonathan was not in the picture.
Okay.
If Jonathan is going to be in the picture, then I don't think Asiwaju will see green light.
Wow.
It's not going to be.
There's
I don't think
something, the pearl, mentioned that I want to, that is the pearl of something. Now look at it. I grew up hearing phobias. Our parents say previously things were better. Shagari's regime was better than Buhari's regime. Buhari's regime was better than Ali's regime. Ali's regime better than Abacha. Now these things, this is the trend. I don't know whether we're going to get it at a point in time in the history of Nigeria that Jonathan that will come will be better than Tinubu.
That is
because things keep getting worse. At a point, Jonathan Yaradua were able to hold it to ransom that we didn't see some of these crises, fuel crises, dollar and other things like that. Somehow they were able to manage it. Was it that this?
If you look at the Jonathan era, sometimes what I see, I go back to old stories. I just Google stories between 2007 2009. And I realized that what we're talking about now, when we talk about President Musa Umaru Yaradua, based on the newspaper stories, then this and that, I think it's just nostalgia. It's not as what it was the thing was that it was someone that was loved by her because of the statement he made when he came in. He was a gentleman. Yeah. But go back, then in that step, which I think it was a calculation, it was a gimmick, a political gimmick, whereby President Obasanjo, before he left, increased the price of fuel.
Then he reduced.
Then he came and I said, this is a political arrangement to create a good district. And he was a gentleman to the core. So, but if you look at things economically, some of these situations we're facing now started doing in time, although things we say were better then. I looked at it, some of the things we say now, on the pages of the newspaper then, the same issues we're discussing today, Boko Haram started doing during Yaradua. And don't forget the way some very selfish people held on to the sick man who was fighting for his life, and they were using his sickness for politics. How the issue of the doctrine of necessity came up. So these are just our prayer, just like he says, that let us pray that a time will come when a leader of we will look at the past and say things are better now. Sure. That is it. Now, so, please go to this paper, Vanguard. There's a story about Jonathan still there. Maybe we'll take that story. Vanguard.
Vanguard. Empowerment of...
there's Jonathan to Keyamo Odina on Vanguard News.
Okay, yes. Sorry. Jonathan to Keyamo Odinkalu. Keep off my political journey.
Wow. This is a related story. The unofficial race for the 2027 presidential election continued yesterday with former President Goodluck Jonathan, berating Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Mr. Festus Keyamo, SAN, and Professor Chidi Odikanu, a law teacher, over their opposition to his presidential bid and warned them to keep off his political journey. Mr. Keyamo and Odina Kalu has warned the People Democratic Party not to give its presidential ticket to Jonathan to actualize his rumored plan to return to the presidency in 2027. In separate media posts, Keyamo and Odinkalu contended that Jonathan attempts to contest the 2027 presidential election will face a legal challenge as he has been sworn in twice. However, Jonathan responded through his brother Robert Azibo Ola, warned the two legal practitioners to stay clear of his bid to return to the presidency, arguing that it is none of their business to dabble into it. According to him, Jonathan is qualified to run. This came on a day the FCT minister, just like we said, also said President Jonathan has been deceived to run and cautioned the handling former Anambra State Governor, Mr. Obi, a presidential ticket was spelled out for PDP. Now, there are two issues raised here. The issue of Jonathan's qualification to run according to the law. People, people, some are for yes, some are for no. Now, Keyamo and Odina Kalu are for no. That he can't contest because he has been sworn in twice. 2 years when he continued the position of the law, the position that lawyers are taking are beginning to get to make me confused because there was a review of the Constitution. But again, if you look at the political character of those speaking, Keyamo was one of those who worked against Jonathan's 2015 when he joined. He became political from activist rights to joining this team. And became
minister on the board.
And he's still minister. He has a principle, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So he will do anything to bring someone of the stature of Jonathan into the race. Same thing applies to Odina Kalu. He is a strong supporter of Peter Obi. He will not want someone like Jonathan to be in the race. So I think if you look at those going against Jonathan's side, they are mostly from the south, and they have ties to a presidential candidate from the south.
Well, the truth is, until PDP has a clear understanding and the interpretation of the law as pertaining the emergence of former President Jonathan Goodluck, there is no need for them to haphazardly field him now.
Yeah.
That is my position. Because some of these things can be a trap.
Yes.
Politicians are always very crafty in Nigeria. The push for Jonathan to become the flag bearer of PDP may be another ploy by people who don't actually want him to win. At the end of the day, it will
just scatter the
PDP at this point, just like Wike is trying to call their attention to. I disagree with Wike in many fronts, but there is a way. Look at the way he responded to Atiku. He said the courts have not declared the local government elections in Rivers null and void. So Atiku has no. Atiku is a lawyer. You understand? He graduated 2-1 in law, University of Maiduguri, and did his master's there. Now, some of these things, until the court has this clear. So, how come PDP have not gone to court now to look for the interpretation of that before they field him as?
The party has not said they will field him. They are only suggesting.
But maybe that it is good for democracy. Somebody should go to the court now. I think we should go to the court now. I keep saying that people that have the wherewithal should go to the court now. The Odin Kalu, who is a public affairs commentator, the Minister of Aviation, and all this. Somebody should go to the court and look for the interpretation of this particular thing as concerning Jonathan, so that it becomes a precedent for Nigerians to understand. Else, if I am PDP, if I have a say in PDP, I will not feel Jonathan.
Well, maybe this issue of going to court, maybe I'll call our, Barrister Mianchi.
I thought you were going to talk of Philippines.
No. Let me talk about Mianchi. Mianchi, these are the kind of things Mianchi loves to take to court. Holding a Jalingo area court to interpret.
How possible is it for Jonathan to be sworn in or not if he emerges as
I think these are I will speak to Mianchi and I'll feel his views about this. Maybe he may just go to court over it. Well, I think that should solve that issue. Which other papers do you have there? Just go through the papers and let's see the headlines that may just catch her.
Okay, The Guardian. Local carriers struggle as foreign airlines rake in $1.7 billion from Nigerian market. And the Punch, I think,
about leadership.
Blueprint.
Okay.
Federal government held Simon Ekpa's 6 years jail term by Finnish courts 10 months after arrest.
Maybe just look at the leadership, I think.
Okay, the leadership.
We will not discuss the main story on liquidation.
Reaction as Wike says,
Okay.
unresolved crisis could derail PDP convention.
What's your view on that, Wike? He has been saying this, that if the issues in PDP are not resolved, the convention will be null and void, the convention will not hold.
He is talking from the perspective where he has this belief that something is wrong. I think it is high time for PDP now to begin to take Wike serious. You understand? Not for anything, but if somebody keeps talking about things like this, and you have crisis already, you already have your hands full, there is a need for you to ensure that you don't have another extra problem waiting for you. So if they are going to go ahead with the convention, there is a need for them to understand. Look for lawyers among them, look for people that will give them unbiased analysis of these things.
So let me even take his words. He said, the issue of the National Convention is not the problem. The issue is the problems leading to the convention, and people should understand that. He made this statement in a media report suggesting his objections were personal related to the location. On the location, this is what he said, I quote him, the venue is not the subject matter. The subject matter is, have you done what you are supposed to do before holding that convention? Went further to say, so you now go and say, I said Ibadan will not hold the convention. No, that is not correct. We have held conventions in Port Harcourt and Abuja. So the party can decide whether to hold it in Sokoto or Borno. What we are saying is before you go to the convention, have you done what you are supposed to do, he asked. Wike further revealed that his faction was taking steps to address their grievances, hinting at a decisive decision. He went further to say, our own team is meeting by 7 p.m. today, and we hear what we have to say, he said. So you can see that their opinion that is afraid of the venue, which is in Ibadan. The stronghold of Sheyi Makinde, who is also a strong PDP man. He's the leader of a faction in the PDP. But he said it's issues that leads to the convention is what he has problem with, not the convention or the venue. And they'll be having a meeting by 7 p.m. Maybe I will send a message to Mr. Larry Olayinka to hear what is principal, what the meeting and what they've discussed, so that we'll know what the way forward. Because it seems, from me, if you ask me, Wike is all bent on the convention not holding. Maybe he's saying it from a position of loving the PDP and doesn't want them to go into a trap, or he's saying from a position of protecting his newfound interest in...
Whatever it is that it is, I don't want it to play out like it played out in the past. History has proven that Wike has a way of getting around this thing. He supported Anyanwu and maintained that position until PDP realized that there is a need for Anyanwu to be brought in as the secretary. Now, he's still using the same kind of tone that he used in Anyanwu's case. He talks about the court and things like that. Now, what is it that he has seen that the leadership of PDP have not seen? There is a need for them to take this into consideration. Not jettisoning him, he's this, he's Tinubu's boy and things like that. Yes, he can be Tinubu's boy, but if you have this legal backing around his position...
He's a lawyer too.
That is what I'm saying. There are so many lawyers too in PDP. How come they're not seeing this thing? Is it that they've refused to... they've thrown caution to the wind?
You know, politics has a way of watering down everything. Watering down one's profession. I've noticed that. Because of politics, you see some lawyers or journalists or doctors make statements because of their political interests, and you begin to wonder this person should be a professional.
Now, if whatever interest that they have, should in case Wike is on the right path, what will be their interest at the end of the day if the convention becomes null and void, becomes something that cannot hold
water?
And they already have a lot of problems.
Yeah. The redemption for PDP is a convention that will settle all the problems they have. If they get the convention right, yes, I think they. But if they don't get the convention right, I would just say.
Somebody commented on social media somewhere. He said, PDP is starting up this arrangement leads. If you have this size of problem, If your problem is this big, and it is now that you want to solve the problem, just a few years into election year, you may not be able to withstand APC that has a fortified structure for years, and they keep building on it.
And you now have an ADC that is taking away
from you again. So PDP should see to it that, not necessarily for 2027, not necessarily for 2027, they should look beyond 2027. Let's put their house in order, see to it that all these little foxes that is undermining them be fixed and removed. Then wait for when they are ready to be launched.
Now, in response to what Malam Nasir El-Rufai said during a media chat, where he said he doesn't see, he did that 2027 is calculations, 2027 elections will go into rerun, and Tinubu will not be on the rerun because he will not be among the first two candidates. Wike will respond to this. Wike expressed confidence in President Bola Tinubu's re-election prospects, stating that he's willing to bet on his victory. So he said, I can place a bet with confidence that President Bola Tinubu will win 2027 presidential election, the FCC minister stated emphatically. So for now, we have two people that I know that are going to, that have placed bets that we have Ms. Bridget James and Wike. Yes, Wike. So the two of them have placed bets that bearing any other thing, Tinubu will win.
If Jonathan is not in the
picture. Now you've added if to your bet.
If what is happening now, because you can, I don't make analysis with what I was saying,
yes.
But what is obtainable now as we speak, Tinubu has more popularity than any other person that has indicated interest. Though Atiku has indicated his interest technically.
Yes.
You understand? But we're looking forward to, if Atiku is going to contest against Tinubu, I don't think Atiku, based on what is happening now.
Do you know from information I got, Atiku has not yet registered. He's not an ADC member.
This is one of them.
I heard he has not registered. They're still processing his registration. But that is not, I believe it's not a big deal. Same with Peter Obi. My problem is that the ADC seems to be growing in the media space. But at the local level, yeah, I'm beginning to sense they are not doing the work at the grassroots the way they should. Or maybe they have a strategy. Maybe they are trying to confuse. They are trying to confuse the analysis of the ruling party.
Maybe, but it is not yet structured sufficiently enough to go into 2027 polls. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow and the day after tomorrow and before 2027. But if they are going to the polls today, and APC, PDP, and ADC is contesting, APC will have a very, very massive victory over these two political parties. Because we keep talking about the narratives have changed, election is not as it used to be, people vote candidate and things like that. But those dynamics, those governors in the states, those senators in the state, they have a way of influencing votes up to today. Despite that people are more aware and they vote candidate that they want, there is this influence that these political stakeholders have in directing the trend in their locality. So you can't just say a PDP or ADC that have no even once governor in the country. Now, how do you expect them to garner votes in such a manner that can make somebody emerge as elected president?
Well, we are not supporting any political party here, and we are just doing our analysis based on information that we have. So nobody should take it that we maybe be promoting any political party or any candidate. We are speaking based on what we feel. We may be right, we may be wrong. That is just the way it is. What I say today or what I say today, tomorrow you may have more information contrary and it change, just like Bridget James did yesterday. And today she had, that is the way to put things, not to just stay put on the point when there are better arguments ahead of it. So
this analysis, we made it on the go. It is based on what we see in the paper.
Because I'm sure someone out there may be thinking we are supporting one President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Not at all.
We don't. Okay, well, I think this is where we draw the curtain on this segment of the morning show. We'll go for a short commercial break. When we come back, the morning show continues.
Ladies and gentlemen, queens and kings of purpose, welcome to the Taraba Human Rights International Film Festival 2025, where nearly 100 powerful minds, dreamers, doers, and defenders of humanity will be gathered at Taraba 2025. And I say to them, welcome to the spark before the wildfire and to the heartbeat of a legacy. Prince Homsuk Alex Jibrin is my name. I am the greatest grandson to the 23rd Longwo, third son to the Kanai of the Ko Chiefdom, and a true prince to the House of Mayamen. At Tarif, we will not only be telling stories, but we will be reviving the very soul of a people through film. In September 2025, Taraba will rise again as we invite you to experience, explore, and invest in the greatest epic film ever in the Kumbo Legacy Workshop. And this is where ancient tradition will meet with modern transformation. Because at Tarif, we shall be celebrating the strength, wisdom, and heritage of the greatest empire that has ever existed in West African history. And tomorrow, we shall immortalize it in art, film, and in fire. So storytellers, stand tall. The legacy is calling. Will you answer? Welcome to Tarif 2025. Let the revolution begin.
TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, queens and kings of purpose, welcome to the Taraba Human Rights International Film Festival 2025, where nearly 100 powerful minds, dreamers, doers, and defenders of humanity will be gathered at Taraba 2025. And I say to them, welcome to the spark before the wildfire and to the heartbeat of a legacy. Prince Homsuk Alex Jibrin is my name. I am the greatest grandson to the 23rd Longwo, third son to the Kanai of the Kwo chiefdom, and a true prince to the house of Mamen. At Tarif, we will not only be telling stories, but we will be reviving the very soul of a people through film. In September 2025, Taraba will rise again as we invite you to experience, explore, and invest in the greatest epic film ever in the Kumbo Legacy Workshop. And this is where ancient tradition will meet with modern transformation. Because at Tarif, we shall be celebrating the strength, wisdom, and heritage of the greatest empire that has ever existed in West African history. And tomorrow, we shall immortalize it in art, film, and in fire. So storytellers, stand tall. The legacy is calling. Will you answer? Welcome to Tarif 2025. Let the revolution begin.
Keep watching Sam TV.
Are you stuck in Jalingo late at night? Need a safe and reliable ride fast? Introducing Supercab, Jalingo's trusted ride-hailing service from anywhere in the city. We will pick you up right at your doorstep. Book a ride in seconds. Safe, fast and affordable. Visit www.supercab.com.ng or download the Supercab app today. Supercab, your ride, your way. Are you stuck in Jalingo?
Some TV, the pulse of the nation.
Yo, what up, ladies and gentlemen? I go by the name of Diaso. Keep watching Some TV. Don't skip. Yo, what up, ladies and gentlemen? I go by the name of Diaso. Keep watching Some TV. Don't skip. Yo, what up, ladies and gentlemen? I go by the name of Diaso. Keep watching.
Welcome back to the morning show on Some TV. Well, the three of us that were here for the newspaper review segment are still here. I'm Abraham Nejoda. I'm with me, Miss Bridget James and Mr. Daniel Kukwe. So we're still here and we're here to discuss. Now, things that has to do with Taraba State is our. If you had the opportunity to come from another state, which state will you choose again?
Taraba.
Wow.
I'll choose Taraba over and over.
You didn't even hesitate, you didn't
no
think about
second
it.
thought at all.
Mr. Will you pick maybe Sokoto
We
State?
die here.
Well, for me, I think I beg to disagree with you. If I was told to choose another state again, I would take that person to court and they should be jailed for asking me something, because I don't joke with content creators. I will tell them, for asking me this question, it's you've infringed on my rights of being a Taraban, and let's meet in court. So that's where I disagree with you. So we're going to be taking stories on Taraba News, the most influential newspaper in the Northeast. And I think we have the largest followership there, and it's the most influential newspaper. Well, but before we go, just in case, I say today I'll be celebrating youths. Just in case, for those who are not here, we're celebrating someone who today takes his first step as someone that could be called 8-year-old, Mr. Jason Aji Wale. It's a wonderful boy. He's a young man that I love, very happy. And when I see young people like that, they were being cheerful, being doing the things they do, it makes me look at it that, yes, God is really gracious. So happy birthday to Jason Aji Wale. Today is clocking a year.
Yes, just like I said earlier on, we look forward to baby Jensen becoming the problem solver, the one that will liberate communities, societies from the shackles of poverty. Auntie Bridget called him the billionaire.
Yeah, my future billionaire.
So we look forward to him becoming the leader of men that is actually a true leader in the true sense of it.
Bridget, the word for you.
Happy birthday, my future billionaire Jason. I wish you more fruitful years in good health. From Some TV, we love you so much.
I think I don't need to say more. Her voice, the way the voice, I don't want to use my cracking voice to worship. So happy birthday to Jason Oyiwole. Now let's go to Taraba News. Bridget, same voice you use for Jason, you use it for this Taraba News. I think the analysis will be much easier for us.
Yeah, I think what we have here is in Karim Lamido, an agricultural powerhouse trapped by neglect. Ghana's judicial crisis and Nigerians' watchful eye. More defection hits Taraba APC as party chairman joins ADC. Okay, SEMA, Akresal joined forces to bolster disaster management in Taraba State. Okay. Governor Agboke first received his deputy governor, which is His Excellency Alhaji Aminu Alkali, at CY Banjuma House in Jalingo. Impact Your World Outreach Foundation empowers physically challenged young man with hand power tricycle. KEFA signed bill establishing Taraba Sports Commission and Youth Development Agency. Police recover stolen vehicle in Jalingo, arrest 2 suspects.
Well, thank you for that. Let's take the major story on SEMA. Akresal joining forces to bolster disaster management in Taraba State. I think these 2 agencies, if you ask me, Akresal and SEMA, Akresal under the leadership of SEMA under the leadership of Dr. Chuse and Akresal under the leadership of Dr. Giwa. They're doing a fantastic job. And this collaboration is a good one. And also, Mr. Dairu Umar, who hosted the media some weeks back from Akresal, I think this interagency collaboration between SEMA and Akresal is going to yield a lot of positive results. Let me just take the story the way it is here. Taraba State Emergency Management Agency, SEMA, recently hosted the management team from the African Center for Rural Empowerment, Agricultural Sustainability and Livelihood, Akresal, led by Mr. Dairu Umar, in a courtesy visit aimed at establishing a strong working relationship for a common goal. The partnership will focus on key thematic areas, disaster management. During the visit, Mr. Umar praised the Executive Secretary of SEMA, Dr. Chuse Audu, and the management team for commendable work in the state. He expressed hope that the new partnership will yield significant results in curbing and managing disaster response. The Akresal team specifically praised SEMA for establishing local emergency management committees across the 160 electoral wards of Taraba State. These committees will be a tremendous asset in their joint disaster management efforts. This is how agencies should be worked in different areas.
Whatever it is that they will have achieved independently, they will achieve it more now that they are synergizing with each other. Normally there is more registration of progress if 2 or more agencies like that work together to see to it that the policies that they pursue is being jointly pursued. I mentioned yesterday that so far so good. Their efforts, the awareness they created could be the reason why we've not had reports of flood killing people in Taraba as we've had in the years that passed. It was because of the efforts that they put in, the proactive activities that they did helped. And so far so good, though we still have small segment of the Renaissance still left. We commend them for this. And even at this point in time, they are still holding meetings. That's to tell you how serious they are. They're not giving any room for any mistake or anything to happen. So that's a very good one.
And if I tell you, I've had discussions with, I think Dr. Dairu Umar was the one that facilitated the media charter with Akresal some weeks back. And he's a very, very likable person. And also, not forgetting Dr. Audu, she's always a delight to speak with, very open. And so I think these are 2 agencies have done one. And the efforts of SEMA aligns with the vision of Governor Agboke first, who has demonstrated a unwavering commitment to ensuring the well-being and safety of our citizens under his leadership. So, well, I would say kudos to SEMA and Akresal and the Executive Governor of Taraba State who powers them all.
May they continue the good work and may the good Lord continue to hold their hands.
Okay. Yes. Let's go to, there's this story, is an human angle story that caught my eye. Where Impact Your World Outreach Foundation empowers physically challenged young man with hand-powered tricycle. It's saying a remarkable act of kindness. The Chief Executive Officer of Impact Your World Outreach Foundation, Mr. Eranios Yakubu, has donated the tricycle to Mr. Saleh Adamu, a young man struggling with mobility challenges. The gesture aimed at improving Saleh's independence and easing his daily movement reflect the foundation's commitment to supporting the less privileged in society. And speaking during the presentation, Mr. Yakubu said the foundation's core mission is humanity first, stressing that it derives joy from putting smiles on people's faces. He noted that with the support of his family, the foundation has been able to touch many lives. Those also involved, team leader of the foundation, Mr. Babangida Dambauchi, appealed for greater government support to enable the organization do better. Also present at the event, the Senior Special Assistant Women Farmers Project, Engineer Terence Lawrence, commended the NGO for its selfless initiative. Mr. Saleh Adamu said the gift will transform his daily life. I'm struggling to move around, but the CEO saw me and gifted me this bicycle. Bridget, what word do you have for the CEO, Mr. Iranios Yakubu, who gifted this hand-powered tricycle to Mr. Saleh?
Well, I would say that God should bless him more and more because humanity, people that see humanity as one of the most important things. So I respect those people so much because we being on earth, our purpose is to, help and reach out to humanity, those that are in need. So if you have and you can't reach out to the needy, I feel is an error.
Yeah, it's an error.
So him doing this, it's something that, people need to emulate. People need to copy. So we are saying a very big thank you to you, sir. We pray that God will continue to keep you and your family and that you grow from grace to grace. Thank you so much.
This is not just like that. It didn't just come out of the blues. It's vetted out of long considerations and analysis. For him to be on the lookout for the vulnerable like that and making a concerted decision to see that they are being helped is something that must be commended. Yeah. Ordinarily, there are people that have lots of funds that have not seen the need to do this. This is part of development. If everyone in Taraba State is capable of this feat, you will discover that we have the less privileged. That category of the people we call as less privileged will not be there again.
Yes,
you understand? This is what somebody would describe as widow's mite. But it is not widow's mite in the sense of it. This thing costs money.
Sure.
His time, look at the way he did it. He had to bring it up and create an awareness so that someone else should learn from you. Understand? This is a very good effort, and we look forward to more Tarabans, more Nigerians having this kind of heart and looking out for the one that is less privileged and helping him out. Now, this person will be able to go to the market without stress. He'll be able to attend to, if he's a student, if he's a businessman. This will facilitate his movement. And kudos to this initiative and the leadership. Yakubu Iranios, may the Lord continue to hold your hands.
Amen. And also special mention also from Mr. Engineer Terence Joseph, the Senior Special Assistant Woman Farmer. He's also part of this. And also Mr. Babangida Dambauchi, the team lead of the foundation. Congratulations to Mr. Saleh Adamu. Moving to another story, we were saying something about ADC not getting people defecting to them at the grassroots level. You read something about more defections as party chairman John's ADC. Mr. You were the one that said they don't have membership. Take this story.
I didn't say that. What I was trying to say is that they don't have that grassroots.
No, this is grassroots if you ask me.
It's okay. Now, the Taraba State chapter of the All Progressive Congress has been dealt yet another setback in Bilga Ward chairman in Ibi Local Government Council, Mr. Yusuf Yuf, has resigned his position and defected to African Democratic Congress ADC. Yuf, who confirmed his resignation in a letter submitted on Monday to the APC Zonal Chairman of Taraba South, said his decision followed what he described as a widening ideological gap between the party's current direction and the need of his constituents. I was one of the founding members of All Progressive Congress, and I have served diligently as a world chairman. However, I have come to terms with a difficult truth. There is a growing disconnect between my convictions, the realities I observe, and the actual needs of the people I represent be stated. Well, I don't know. Okay, is there any opening for him to have submitted it to the APC zonal chairman other than his...
What?
Okay, he is the ward chairman.
He's the ward chairman. Okay, so
maybe the local government chairman. I don't know why he jumped the local government. Maybe there is an opening for him to do that.
What I see here is that these are the things I expected from the ADC. You begin to shake the grassroots.
Sure.
You begin to see people move. You begin to move us, the grassroots. And if you look at it, Southern Taraba, recently, a former House of Representative member for Ibi Bukari Federal Constituency, Honorable Danjuma Ashidi, Usman Danji SS, also left the APC for the ADC. I'm beginning to see, his movement triggered a chain reaction. We saw a lot of PDP and APC members defecting to ADC, writing letters. I think this is the kind of reactions that I am expecting from ADC, the kind that Honorable Danji SS was able to bring up in this Taraba South. Now Taraba South, if you look at it, they are beginning to, you will know that yes, the APC is gaining ground. And I think the APC need to look for more politicians, the likes of Danji SS, across board to shake the political foundation of Taraba State towards the ADC.
That is what I said earlier on. There are candidates that have this followership. And every Taraban, particularly from South, should be able to admit that he's a force to reckon with when it comes to the politics of Southern Taraba. Now, I am not saying with affirmation, but I suspect that this defection is linked to what Danji SS has done before. These are people that look at him as a leader and they consider it wise to follow him to wherever he is. I'm not saying that is the fact, because the reason the party chairman, what chairman gave here is different from what I'm saying now. But in one way or the other, you will discover that there is this realignment going on in the dynamics of Southern Taraba politics that most likely is triggered by Honorable Danji SS. And let's see how it goes. If this trend continues, then we'll have no reason to say ADC is not making this grassroots impact. We're looking forward to this impact being sustained. I've seen in the public domain, apart from this, I think AD Kitan, another strong force in...
It defected, I think, a day after
when strong forces like that are beginning to align with a particular candidate, you know that something is brewing.
Okay, well, now I think this should be for Bridget. Let me go. Okefa signed bill establishing Taraba Sport Commission and Youth Development Agency. Taraba State Governor Dr. Okefa on 1st September signed into law a bill establishing the Taraba State Sports Commission and Youth Development Agency, a landmark move expected to open fresh opportunities for sports, youth empowerment, and community development across the state. The new law aims to create a framework for harnessing the energy and talent of young people while building a strong sports culture that can compete nationally and internationally with sport globally recognized. Okay, now this, the Ministry of Youth and Sports was disbanded, just the way at the federal level, the commissioner was relieved of his duties. And we've been expecting that at least there should be something that will stand in for, and I think it's a good one.
It's a very good one.
That the Sports Commission and Youth Development Agency. So for you young people, how do you think what do you think this agency, especially for youth, should be doing for the youth?
I think this is a very good idea. So I feel it's for him to, he wants someone to go out there, fetch the young ones, and those that have talent, so that they can showcase their talent. Because there are a lot of people out there that have the talent, but it's hidden. You need to go find them.
Yes.
You need to go get them, so they can come and, display what they have. Yes. So I think with this, it will go a long way, and it will bring out a lot of people from their shelves. because there are a lot of people that are hiding on that. Maybe the government have not seen them yet, stuff like that. But with this, they are going to find them, bring them, and their talents will, be seen.
Yeah, be honest and make it. Now, let me, before I come to Mr. Bridget, did you do sports? Or are you doing sports?
Yeah, when I was in primary school, I did sports.
What kind of sport did you do?
Handball.
Handball, wow.
I did football as well.
Football? Mr. Are you shocked?
No, I'm not.
I just imagine which position were you a striker, defender? You can't be a defender.
No, I was a defender.
A defender?
Yes.
In those days,
Let
they
me
call it
show
Batman.
Yeah, so you are a backwoman. Well, so I think everybody is listening. We have a very, very good footballer here. Why did you stop? By now, we have been sharing out of 100,000.
I was not too good.
Okay.
So I decided to back up.
Well,
At least you benefited from it, and it keeps your health and other things.
Yeah,
because
sure.
exercise.
do you still exercise?
No, I don't.
You don't. Mr. Backman, you're a backman. Your physique shows that you're a backman.
I was Bagman in primary school. I did primary school in Takum. I was.
You miss the ball, don't miss the leg.
That's not what I want to discuss. This sport commission, as irrelevant as people may think it is, it is not. The Drogba. I'm not. I remembered how it was his successes that he had gained as a footballer that made him facilitate the peace that he brought about in Cote d'Ivoire.
In Cote d'Ivoire.
Now, it started like this. When you harness potentials at this level, you don't know the magnitude of what is going to transform later on in life. I've seen people who we used to do inter-house and inter-school competition in those days in Takum, where we were growing up, we do inter-house within the school, then we do inter-school.
Yes.
People who have, there is this Lager. There's this guy, very huge and tall. He's very good with pivots. He's very good with shot put and javelin. He ended up in the Nigerian army. Now, there are so many potentials you can harness from the activities of this sport commission that will help keep the youth out of drugs, that will help even diaspora remittance.
Yes,
because if these people end up becoming footballer in Europe, whatever it is they get from that place, they will use to develop Taraba State.
Yes.
So I think this commission is coming at the right time when we needed it most. We should not look at it as if it is just one of those things that is just there for the sake of it. No. There are one or two things they can do. They should encourage sporting activities in primary school, in secondary school, and even facilitate how they connect potentials from Taraba to activities outside the shores of Taraba, outside the shores of Nigeria, to the benefit of Taraba State and to the benefit of Nigeria.
Now, you said something that brought me to remember the fact that, during this Munga attack, when Munga was attacked, people died there. And during that period, someone, Steven, a footballer playing in Russia, who is from Munga, came around and he was able to go there, provide succor for them. It now occurred to me, if it was not for football, because I heard that he was someone that lived in the village, if it was not for football, Steven may be one of those victims. If not for football. But he was able to come and he was able to provide succor for his community. So sport is not something to be joked. We've seen people like Jim Campbell. He has traveled. He's one of the most traveled.
Look at what he's doing now.
Yeah, yes.
It must have been harnessed and pruned at the formative age by institutions like this. Now, if these institutions have not been there for Jim Camp, we have not gotten the Jim Camp that we have now.
Yes.
So we look forward to these people knowing the tax that they have. Not just as a ministry, but they should be initiative. They should understand that there is a need for them to begin to develop these talents. You understand? We have not necessarily football and handball like we do. We have games.
We have other games like chess and Scrabble.
Some of these things have And people who are, there's this, what they call paralytics, these
para-athletes.
Now, let's look forward to that aspect of
athletics has fetched Nigeria more medals in Olympics than
any other sports.
Those they fetched us more medals. And I think kudos to all those who are trying in sports, the Jinkambolos, and also some young men who are like the Jalingo Metropolitan Basketball. Danjuma Goyo, Coach Aliu, Coach Grace, and these are people who on their own set up a league and they play for 6 months straight. So kudos to all these people.
There's something I've noticed recently. These people doing
skating.
Is this skating?
It's skating.
No, I used to be so scared of what they do. Though I am of the opinion that they are too daring. The kind of risks they take, I'm not too comfortable with it. But that is another interesting part. You discover that so many youths. Somebody in my neighborhood is telling his father to buy him the rolling
apart from football. There is no other sport that entices people to the stadium. You see them in large numbers. And you see women with hijab.
Yes.
It is trending on social media. People from the northwest, Kanu, Sokoto area, you will see there's a way they do it. It's so interesting that at times I begin to, what if you... If
you go into Jolly Nyani Stadium, you go through the gate. You see that large space, this thing. If you see them there, that is where they display all manners of, and it's quite. I think one of these days we'll go and cover the activities and put it on this thing. It's keeping young people out of crime, out of drugs.
Yeah.
It's keeping them busy.
Okay, I think let me do the honors of. Let's draw the curtains. We are almost there. We've had a wonderful discussion today, and I'm sure our guests too have enjoyed. So, Bridget James, your final words before we draw the curtain.
Okay.
I got her. I wanted to see if she was a good Bakuma. I want to play shot. Maybe she can parry it or do this. Well, this is Bridget James. Well, let me just take the honors. Let me take the honors. Well, our ladies have the way of, when they look at you, it's a command. You just have to be. Okay, thank you everyone for this wonderful day. To everyone that has participated, the PRO of Lance and the Youth, that is the planner, the studio manager today, is beginning to dress like a politician. Have you noticed that he has stopped wearing jeans and t-shirt? Now he comes dressed.
He's actually a politician. There is a way people underestimate what they have.
Yeah.
As PRO of Lance and the Youth,
one of the most vibrant
youth organization in Jalingo, you are a big time stakeholder. You have a role to play in how youths in that environment become who they are in harnessing their potential. So, Oga, you're a big man.
Yeah, also our studio manager is a big man. Take it from us. And also today we have on the master control operators, we have the prophet, another big man.
Yes, the son of the prophet and the prophet himself.
Meshach, Lazarus. Oh, I promised something, but we will talk about it after the show. He has not played his own part.
Well, I'm looking forward to you bringing it up here since you've informed us.
Don't worry, I will bring it up.
Anytime he's on duty, I must go under the anointing. I always go because.
And not forgetting I look at him as a younger version of the CEO, that is Silas. God gift. Whenever I see him, I look at him as a younger version of the CEO. They look alike. He's beginning to, since he traveled out of Nigeria, came back, he's beginning to look physically like our CEO. Have you noticed that?
Yes. The color of his skin is on a lighter note. He's becoming like a white man.
Okay, and he has been doing giveaway. Don't let me pass him. Silently, he has been doing giveaway since he traveled out of Nigeria and is back.
Sure.
To everyone, that is the studio, Lillian Yakubu, our senior correspondent, who some of the stories you see on Taraba News, she is due to her job. And not forgetting the likes of Faith, Capacity Mama, and also
Tessie
Tessie
Stone.
Stone, Tessie Duce as
Yeah, this will be daughter of a
call her.
comedian.
And also our main Madam Esther, who will be back. Lele will be back. So, and everyone, Moses Peter, the gentlest man on something. The gentleman or something.
Peter the Rock.
Peter the Rock. So, well, to everybody, to everyone here, I say thank you, and most especially to the Chief Executive Officer of Sun TV and Taraba News, Chief Gabriel Lainka. Without this platform, we will all be somewhere else today, where he brought us together. We say kudos to him. And the Director of News,
Capacity.
the
guest.
The guest to the power house. Okay, thank you very much. I'm Abraham Mainejoda. Good morning.
Are you stuck in Jalingo late at night? Need a safe and reliable ride fast? Introducing Supercab, Jalingo's trusted ride-hailing service from anywhere in the city. We will pick you up right at your doorstep. Book a ride in seconds. Safe, fast and affordable. Visit www.supercab.com.ng or download the Supercab app today. Supercab, your ride, your way.